Good evening, everyone. It is April 19th, or I suppose after midnight on the East Coast, so 4:20. uh, what do we have here? Well, on the ES, uh, I'd mentioned yesterday at the close, or sorry, yesterday evening, I believe, that I wanted us to get that sell off into that 41, 43.50 on the ES, and on the NQ, I wanted to see us get down to 102, if not 13K. Uh, Over on the NQ, we did manage to get that. The overnight sold down to 070, right around last week's point of control, where I was hoping to take it long during the RTH, but didn't get the opportunity to. And from there, we just ramped right back up to this green zone, which has just been this huge resistance, right around 198. And we spiked up to the major area where we trapped a lot of buyers on that Tuesday session, right at that 218. So we spiked up to there during beige book, held that zone, and sold back down. Similarly, on the ES, we spiked up to that 88 level, which has been critical since February, and spiked right back down. Same thing occurring during the beige book. Now, tomorrow, news-wise, we have unemployment numbers at 8:30, FOMC's Waller speaking just after that, and then existing home sales at 10 a.m. As far as direction, where are we going from here? Well, given that we have now failed once again to get into my 44 level, this thing repeatedly is holding the 50 spot. And I want to also note that today was the first day that we've broken a previous day's low. We opened on a gap down, and sellers were unable to capitalize on this. Sellers were unable to follow through. We spent an hour churning, I think within a 8 or 9 point range, trying to hold that previous day's low to the upside, and to hold it and reject any further upside moves. And instead, they got squeezed, and we ran back up to the 75 area, tried to sell it. They tried to sell, couldn't do it. Squeezed up to 88 during beige books, and great job. They sold it after the close for Tesla's earnings, but you know, just not a lot of follow through at all by sellers. Today should have been the day where we get that liquidation move, or at least get a move into that 43, 44 sort of number. Last week's VWAP close. We have not traded last week's halfback or last week's point of control all week. Both of those numbers coming in at 43, 44, or whatever. Same with last week's VWAP close at 43.50, I think, just off the top of my head. So just the inability for shorts to take advantage of these opportunities, both on this whatever it was, Sunday or Monday, yeah, both on this Monday heading into the close or whatever, just getting ripped apart. Same thing today. And for the, what would this be? Fourth day, Friday, Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Yeah, fourth day, we're closing at this 75, 77, whatever sort of area. So to me, the sellers just have repeatedly failed. And, usually I'd be aggressive on the short side, trying to see if I can get a short in at 76 or 88 or something like that. But quite honestly, I think we might be in for a breakout session instead. So I'm going to be holding off on the short side on the ES, and instead I'm just going to be looking to buy dips. And I may get ran over, but the spots I'm looking to buy are not going to be very greedy. Let's pull this up. I'm only looking for a few spots here. Either 60, where we trapped a lot of sellers during this huge opening auction, that first 30 minutes just churning in here. So either long 60 half before a test of that upper balance, that 75 sort of area, or a long at 44s after we tag last week's VWAP close at 43s, or getting long where we trapped a bunch of sellers on that, what was it, Thursday session, around 30 or 32. Other than that, I'm not looking to play this thing. To the upside, someone else can figure out where this thing sells off. Maybe I'll take a short at 42.30, 60 points higher than the current price. But I'm not looking to trade this thing on the short side. Maybe I miss it. Maybe it does hold 75 or 80 or whatever. Today's point of control at whatever it was, 41.80 quarter. Maybe it sells off of 76 or 72 or 75. But I'm just struggling to see sellers holding this thing down. They tried at 72s here. To no success. So to me, I just do not see how sellers are where they're going to initiate this thing. So I'll be just looking for longs on the ES. Now on the NQ, a little bit of a different story, per usual. They've once again held this 198 sort of area, 198 to 220ish. We're once again coming down towards this pivot. I think the NQ is a little more slippery. I think it can slide down. I think the resistance will be a little better. Today was interesting in that I don't think the breadth went positive all day. Perhaps right around the close, but the breadth, the advanced decline on both the NYSE and just the NQ was negative all day, and it was really just the big heavyweights pumping the market up. It wasn't market wide buying, and I believe that was the story yesterday as well on Tuesday. I believe the breadth was negative then as well. And I think even on Monday, I don't think it was very strong. So we're dealing with a market where the breadth is not very strong, and it's just moving up on these heavyweights. And to me, yeah, sure, this thing falls apart eventually. But on the ES, I'll be holding off. On the NQ, I might be a little bit more aggressive. So on the NQ, I'm looking to short at 199.75. It nicely lines up. Perhaps 206 is the better level. 206 or 208, something like that. Maybe I'll just throw that up so you can see it. Something like that, perhaps. It's been effective resistance since whatever that is, Tuesday. Clipping these highs. But I like that we used this resistance and instead we churned around it. And I'm sure we trapped a lot of breakout longs and we sold off. So I'll be looking at short roughly at 200. That's just today's POC, 199.75. And to the downside, looking to get long at the earlier point of control at 115.25. So that's all I'm really looking for on this thing, and that'll be before a tag of today's VWAP close at 157s, which in itself is a nice level as well. It's 158. You can see we really held the bid there on that Monday. It's been a nice sort of intra-zone level around 158. It's also where we held the lows on a Tuesday session, roughly, before tagging that VWAP close from Monday and ramping back above. So I'll be looking to short this thing at 199s. I doubt we trade 311, so I'm going to ignore that. To the downside, getting longs 115s before tag the VWAP close. Same idea as ES, just getting long at that auction we had today. Below there, I'm not interested in this thing. I think I'll take this long here way down at 970, where we have this nice initiation. But I'm not looking to bid this thing up. I'm not too eager on it, given that we've already tagged 070. That was last week's point of control. We tagged it during the overnight twice. We had our double bottom here. I'm not looking for it to hold for a third time. Below there, overall, we're just balancing on top of February's highs on this big level, right? If we take out this big chart here, you can see this level's been important. This is a daily chart. It's been an important level for a while here. Also noting that it's February's highs, and we've just been balancing above that. So if we crack that high, I'll be waiting to get long quite a while lower. We're just balancing above it. And in my opinion, given that we've failed this 300 number twice now, we failed actually more than twice. We failed it numerous times, this Q1 high. Failed it once on that Tuesday, failed it again, right? I think we're just balancing here and distributing until we get a move into that 350, 13,500. So to me, this is distribution. We break these lows, and I'll be taking my time to get long. I'll be getting long at maybe the lows of this balance. Yeah, that 970, the lows of this balance. But other than that, I don't want to be long once this thing breaks. So unfortunately, not really seeing a lot of opportunity for myself. Maybe someone else does. This video is getting long, isn't it? 9 minutes. Yeah. Long 30 or 32, long 44, long 60s. Nothing to the upside. I don't see it. It's not clear to me. Long 970s after tag 958, long 115 after tag before tag 157, short 199. And that's not going to happen. That 311 thing's not going to happen. What is this guy doing? Anyway, hope that makes sense. Hope that helps. I'm just not really seeing it. I did not place any trades today. I wanted to be short at the 4 p.m. close, that 79 number. I had to go take the grandmother for an appointment, so I missed that. Would have been a break even anyway, so it doesn't matter. I don't really see I don't have a clear idea as to where this market is going right now. I'm a little bit lost, and the VIX being at 16 isn't helping today. I think it even clipped 15 today. No, 16.18. These ranges are compressing ever since Tuesday. Just getting lower highs, higher lows on the week. The ranges are compressing, and I'm failing to see what's going to happen. So maybe tomorrow we get one of these trades on, maybe a POC shift, maybe something like that. Other than that, I've got no clue, and hopefully Friday gives some opportunity. Hope that helps. Hope that makes sense. If you're trading Globex, it should be dull, given that we got a bunch of news in the morning. Other than that, have a great night and trade safe.